The shrill beeping of the emergency scanner cut through the stillness of Galactic Medical Station Nyx 7, jolting Dr. Zexal from his routine analysis of bacterial samples. His 4 eyes blinked in rapid succession, as the flashing purple lights indicated something unprecedented, an unidentified vessel approaching their medical outpost at the edge of the Andromeda Galaxy. "Emergency incoming," announced the station's AI in its calm, modulated voice. "Unknown craft requesting immediate medical assistance." Dr. Zexal's gray skin flushed blue with anticipation as he hurried toward the emergency bay. In his 15 cycles as chief xenobiologist on the station, they'd treated creatures from over 300 planetary systems, but an unregistered craft usually meant a new species and new medical challenges. "Details," he called out to his assistant, Dr. Mira, who was already reviewing the incoming data on her holographic display. "Minimal," she replied, her tentacle-like appendages dancing across the controls. "The craft appears to be primitive by our standards, constructed from materials consistent with early interstellar travel capability. Life signs indicate a single occupant with oxygen dependency and carbon-based biology." Dr. Zexal nodded. "Prepare Quarantine Bay 3 with standard oxygen-nitrogen mix. Alert the translation team." The station shuddered slightly as the docking mechanism engaged with the foreign vessel. Through the observation window, Dr. Zexal could see the small craft barely larger than a personal transport pod, looking battered and scored with what appeared to be weapon fire. "Someone was trying to prevent our visitor from reaching us," observed Dr. Coravan, the station's security officer, his exoskeleton clicking softly as he approached. "Proximity scans show no pursuit vessels, but we should remain cautious." The airlock cycled open, and 2 medical assistants in protective gear entered the foreign craft. Moments later, they emerged carefully carrying a stretcher. On it lay a creature Dr. Zexal had only seen in educational broadcasts, a human. The being was male, unconscious, with a covering of dark hair on his head and parts of his face. His skin was an unusual pinkish tan color, and a red substance, likely blood, stained his clothing along one side. "Fascinating," breathed Dr. Zexal, following the stretcher into Quarantine Bay 3. "A human this far from Earth." Their planet only achieved rudimentary space travel less than a century ago. Dr. Mira was already scanning the unconscious form. Multiple injuries. Projectile weapon damage to the right thoracic region, significant blood loss, elevated heart rate. Also detecting unusual respiratory distress unrelated to the wounds. "Begin standard emergency protocols for oxygen-dependent species," Dr. Zexal ordered. "Administer universal coagulant and prepare synthetic blood substitutes based on his biochemical profile." The medical team worked efficiently, removing the human's damaged clothing and sealing the wounds with regenerative gel. Dr. Zexal noticed the human carried no identification, just a small metal device clutched tightly in one hand. "Careful with that," he instructed as an assistant pried it loose. "It may be significant." As the team worked, the human's vital signs stabilized, but his breathing remained labored. Dr. Zexal frowned, noting the peculiar inflammation in the respiratory passages that didn't correspond with the physical trauma. "Run a full pathogen screen," he told Dr. Mira. "This respiratory distress is unusual." 3 hours later, the human's wounds were stabilized, but he remained unconscious. The pathogen screen had come back negative, yet the respiratory inflammation persisted. Dr. Zexal was reviewing the results when the human suddenly gasped and opened his eyes, revealing irises of a striking blue color. The human's gaze darted frantically around the medical bay before focusing on Dr. Zexal. Instead of the terror the doctor expected upon seeing an alien life form, the human's expression showed recognition, then relief. "Thank God," the human rasped in a language the translation implant rendered into standard galactic. "Made it. You are safe, Doctor," Zexal said, approaching cautiously. "I am Dr. Zexal, Chief Xenobiologist of Galactic Medical Station Nyx 7. You have suffered significant injuries, but they are being treated." The human tried to sit up but winced in pain. "My name is Adam Drake. Earth, explorer, ship attacked. Need to warn." "Please remain still," Dr. Mira interjected, gently restraining him. "Your wounds require time to heal." Adam complied, sinking back onto the medical platform. "Where am I?" "You're approximately 12 light years from the Kepler 438 system," Dr. Zexal explained. "This is a neutral medical outpost serving all species recognized by the Galactic Council." Adam's eyes widened. "You know about humans? We have educational data, yes, though your kind rarely ventures this far. Earth is not yet a member of the Galactic Council." The human seemed to process this information, then suddenly his face contorted. His breathing became more labored, and he began making an unusual sound, a repetitive expulsion of air. "Ah, ah, achoo." The forceful expulsion startled the medical team. "What was that?" Dr. Mira asked, alarmed. Before Adam could answer, he repeated the strange action several times in succession. "Achoo, achoo, achoo," Dr. Zexal observed with fascination as the human's eyes watered and his nasal passages produced excess fluid. Checking his instruments, he noted no change in the human's wound status, but his respiratory inflammation was increasing. "Are you experiencing pain?" Dr. Zexal asked. Adam shook his head, wiping at his nose with the back of his hand. "Not pain, it's just, achoo, allergies." The translation implant struggled with the last word, unable to find a galactic equivalent. "Your translation device is having difficulty," Dr. Zexal noted. "Can you explain this allergies concept?" Adam looked surprised. "You don't have allergies." "It's when your body overreacts to something harmless like pollen or dust. Mine got worse after I left Earth." Dr. Zexal and Dr. Mira exchanged glances. The concept was entirely foreign to them. "An immune response to a non-pathogenic substance," Dr. Zexal clarified. "That is biologically illogical." "Well, tell that to my immune system," Adam replied, followed by another explosive sneeze. "Do you have any plants on this station? Flowering ones?" Dr. Mira consulted her data pad. "We maintain several botanical sections for oxygen generation and medicinal purposes." Section 4 contains flowering specimens from 16 different systems. "That's probably it," Adam said, his voice congested. "I'm allergic to most types of pollen. My emergency launch probably left me without my allergy medication." Dr. Zexal was fascinated. "Your species' immune system attacks harmless botanical reproductive particles. What evolutionary advantage could this possibly serve?" Adam managed a weak laugh that turned into a cough. "None whatsoever. It's just one of those human quirks that makes life miserable. My eyes itch, my nose runs, I sneeze. It's not dangerous, just uncomfortable." "Curious," Dr. Zexal murmured. "In all my years studying xenobiology, I've never encountered a species with such a counterproductive immune response." Dr. Mira looked skeptical. "Perhaps this is a unique pathology to this individual. A genetic anomaly." Adam shook his head, then immediately regretted the motion as it triggered another sneezing fit. "No, about 20% of humans have some kind of allergic condition. Some are mild like mine, others can be life-threatening." Dr. Zexal's 4 eyes widened simultaneously. Life-threatening. Your immune system can kill you over non-harmful substances. Anaphylaxis, Adam confirmed. Some people can die from eating certain foods or being stung by insects. Their throat swells shut, blood pressure drops. It's serious. The medical team stared at him in disbelief. Dr. Zexal recovered first, his scientific curiosity piqued. I must document this. With your permission, I would like to take samples and observe this allergic reaction more closely. Adam grimaced as he wiped at his watery eyes. Be my guest, but maybe you could also find something to help. On Earth, we use antihistamines. Antihistamines? Dr. Zexal queried. Medications that block the chemical reactions causing these symptoms, Adam explained, Doctor. Zexal nodded thoughtfully. We'll analyze your physiology and develop something suitable. In the meantime, we'll move you to a room with filtered air. As the team prepared to transfer Adam to a new room, Dr. Coravan entered the medical bay, his posture tense. Doctor. Zexal, a moment please, he requested, gesturing toward the corridor. Outside the quarantine bay, Coravan's voice lowered. We've analyzed the device the human was carrying. It's a data storage unit containing detailed scans of a previously uncharted sector. More concerning, it shows evidence of military activity in that region, activity that violates Galactic Council treaties. Dr. Zexal absorbed this information with growing concern. This may explain why he was attacked. Have you been able to identify the aggressors? The weapon signatures match Voraxian technology, Coravan replied grimly. They've been expanding their territory aggressively for the past cycle, despite Council sanctions. The Voraxians, Dr. Zexal murmured, they're not known for leaving witnesses. Precisely why we've increased station security and sent an encrypted alert to the nearest Council outpost. If the Voraxians track the human here, we need to learn more about what he discovered, Dr. Zexal agreed. But his condition is still delicate, and this unusual immune response complicates matters. Back in the quarantine bay, Adam had been moved to a clean room with filtered air. His sneezing had subsided somewhat, but his eyes remained red and swollen. The good news is your wound healing is progressing well, Dr. Mira informed him. Our regenerative gel is compatible with your physiology. Thanks, Adam said. The breathing is easier in here about my ship. It's being repaired, Dr. Zexal said as he re-entered. More pressing is what brought you to this sector of space and who attacked you. Adam's expression turned serious. I'm part of a deep space exploration initiative from Earth. We're looking for habitable worlds resources. The usual. I was mapping an asteroid field near the Kepler 438 system when I detected unusual energy signatures. I went to investigate and found a fleet of ships like nothing I'd ever seen mining a planet they'd clearly stripped of life. Dr. Zexal nodded grimly. Voraxians. They're a militaristic species known for exploiting planets for resources with no regard for indigenous life. They spotted me before I could leave, Adam continued. Disabled my main engines, communications array. I barely escaped in my emergency shuttle. I remembered hearing about a medical station in this sector, so I aimed for it and hoped for the best. The data you collected could be crucial evidence for the Galactic Council, Dr. Zexal explained. The Voraxians have denied their expansion activities for years. Adam was about to respond when his face contorted again. Sorry, I feel another. Achoo. Dr. Zexal watched with scientific interest as the human's allergic reaction intensified despite the filtered environment. Fascinating, he murmured, scanning Adam with a handheld device. The inflammation in your respiratory system is actually increasing. There must be something else triggering this response. Dr. Mira checked the environmental controls. The air filtration is functioning at optimal levels. Perhaps there's residual pollen on his clothing or skin. All my gear was pretty much destroyed, Adam said between sneezes. And you, achoo, cleaned me up when I arrived. Dr. Zexal's eyes narrowed in thought. What about the botanical specimens we brought in for analysis earlier today? They were being processed in the lab adjacent to this room. Dr. Mira checked her data pad. Yes, samples from Proxima Centauri b, flowering vegetation with high pollen counts. That could be it, Adam agreed, his voice increasingly nasal. Earth and Proxima Centauri are relatively close, so the plants might be similar enough to trigger my allergies. Dr. Zexal found this entire situation medically unprecedented. We need to isolate you from all potential allergens while we develop a suitable treatment. Also, I would like to study this reaction more thoroughly with your consent, of course. Adam nodded, then sneezed again. Sure, but please hurry with that treatment. The medical team transferred Adam to an isolation chamber designed for patients with compromised immune systems. The air was purified to remove all particulate matter, and the chamber itself was sealed off from the rest of the station. While Adam rested, Dr. Zexal analyzed the samples taken during the height of the allergic reaction. The results were astounding. Look at this, he told Dr. Mira, projecting a holographic display of Adam's cellular activity. His immune system is producing antibodies against completely harmless pollen proteins. The antibodies then trigger massive histamine release, causing inflammation, mucus production, and these explosive air expulsion sneezes, he calls them. It's completely counterproductive, Dr. Mira observed. What possible evolutionary advantage could this confer? None that I can determine, Dr. Zexal admitted. Yet according to Adam, this trait is common in humans. It defies all principles of natural selection. Could it be a side effect of another beneficial adaptation? Dr. Mira suggested. Possibly. Their immune system is remarkably adaptable, capable of responding to new pathogens rapidly. Perhaps this hypersensitivity is a trade-off for that adaptability. Their discussion was interrupted by the station's alert system. Dr. Koravan's voice came through the communication system. Dr. Zexal to the command center immediately. We have a situation. In the command center, a holographic display showed a Voraxian vessel approaching the station. They're claiming to be in pursuit of a fugitive who attacked one of their research vessels, Koravan explained. They're demanding we surrender the human. Dr. Zexal's expression hardened. This is a neutral medical facility protected by Galactic Council law. We do not surrender patients. I've already informed them of our neutral status, Koravan replied. They're insisting the human committed acts of aggression and espionage. They're threatening to board by force if necessary. Contact the Council immediately, Dr. Zexal ordered, and prepare defensive protocols. No armed forces are permitted on this station under any circumstances. As the station staff mobilized, Dr. Zexal returned to check on Adam. The human's condition had improved in the allergen-free environment, though his eyes remained red and his breathing slightly labored. We have a complication, Dr. Zexal informed him. The Voraxians have tracked you here. Adam's face paled. That's not good. Their commander saw me downloading their data. They'll do anything to get it back. The station is under Council protection, Dr. Zexal assured him. We've sent an emergency transmission, but it will take time for assistance to arrive. In the meantime, we need to keep you hidden and continue working on your treatment. I appreciate that, but I can't put everyone here at risk, Adam said, attempting to sit up. Please remain still, Dr. Zexal insisted. Your wounds are still healing and this station has withstood threats before. Our primary mission is to provide medical care to all species, regardless of political conflicts. Adam reluctantly complied. At least let me explain exactly what I found. The Voraxians aren't just mining, they're testing weapons. Planet-killer weapons. That's why they're so desperate to keep it secret. Dr. Zexal's 4 eyes widened. That would violate the most fundamental council laws. The development of mass extinction weapons was banned after the SETI conflict. I have the proof, Adam said. Energy readings, blast patterns, radiation signatures, all consistent with antimatter weapons testing. They're preparing for something big. The gravity of this information settled heavily on Dr. Zexal. If true, the Voraxian activities represented a threat to every peaceful system in the sector. We need to protect this evidence at all costs, he decided. Dr. Mira will continue developing a treatment for your allergic condition while I deal with our unwelcome visitors. In the medical lab, Dr. Mira had made a breakthrough. I believe I've synthesized a compound similar to your Earth antihistamines, she told Adam. It should block the receptors that respond to histamine in your system. Adam eyed the glowing blue liquid with apprehension. How sure are you about this? Our simulations show a 94% compatibility with your physiology, she replied. Given the circumstances, it may be worth the risk. Your continued sneezing could compromise your healing wounds. After a moment's hesitation, Adam nodded. All right, let's try it, doctor. Mira administered the compound through an aerosol delivery system. Almost immediately, Adam felt his nasal passages clearing and the itching in his eyes subsiding. Wow, he said, taking a deep breath. That works even better than my Earth medication. Fascinating, Dr. Mira observed. Your body's response to the compound is remarkably efficient. This opens interesting possibilities for treating other species with similar immune dysfunctions, should they exist. Their moment of success was short-lived. The station shuddered violently, and emergency lights flashed. Warning, announced the station's AI. Unauthorized docking attempt in progress. Security breach imminent. Dr. Mira quickly gathered essential medical supplies. We need to move you. The Voraxians have clearly decided to ignore council law. I can walk, Adam insisted, carefully standing. His wound site was tender, but the regenerative gel had done its work well. Where are we going? The station has emergency protocols for this situation, Dr. Mira explained, leading him through a hidden door that opened in the wall of the isolation chamber. We maintain several shielded areas that don't appear on standard scans. They hurried through narrow maintenance corridors while the sounds of commotion echoed through the station. Eventually, they reached a small, well-equipped room hidden behind the primary power core. The energy signatures from the core will mask your life signs, Dr. Mira explained. Stay here. I'll return when it's safe. Left alone, Adam examined the small space. It contained basic medical supplies, food rations, and a communication terminal. He could access the station's internal cameras, which showed Voraxian soldiers moving through the corridors. Their reptilian forms were encased in black armor, and they carried weapons that hummed with energy. On one screen, he could see Dr. Zexal confronting what appeared to be the Voraxian commander in the main reception area. This facility is protected by Galactic Council law, Dr. Zexal was saying, his posture straight despite being dwarfed by the towering Voraxian. Your presence here with weapons is a direct violation of that law, the Voraxian commander hissed, revealing rows of sharp teeth. We pursue a criminal who attacked our research vessel and stole classified information. Your protection of this criminal makes you complicit. We are treating an injured patient, Dr. Zexal countered. If you have accusations against him, you may file them with the Galactic Council and request a formal hearing. The commander's tail lashed angrily. We do not recognize council authority in this matter. The human has committed acts of aggression against the Voraxian Imperium. Surrender him immediately. I'm afraid that's impossible, Dr. Zexal replied calmly. Even if I wanted to, the human is no longer on this station. He was transferred to a council medical facility hours ago. Adam could see the lie was bold but necessary. The Voraxian commander was clearly skeptical. Search the station, he ordered his soldiers. Find any evidence of the human's presence or current location. As the soldiers dispersed, Dr. Zexal remained outwardly calm, though Adam could see the tension in his posture. The doctor was putting himself and the entire station at risk to protect him. Hours passed as Adam watched the Voraxians systematically search the station. They were thorough, using advanced scanning technology and intimidating the staff, but the shielded room remained undetected. The medication Dr. Mira had given him continued to work effectively, keeping his allergic symptoms suppressed. Without the constant sneezing, he could think more clearly about his situation. The data he'd collected was too important to risk falling into Voraxian hands. If they were indeed developing planet-killer weapons, the entire galaxy could be at risk. But how could he get this information to the Council with the Voraxians blocking the way? His thoughts were interrupted by the door to his hiding place sliding open. Dr. Zexal entered quickly, looking weary but relieved. The Voraxians are still searching, but they're becoming frustrated, he reported. A council enforcement vessel has responded to our distress call and will arrive within 6 hours. We need to keep you hidden until then. How's the rest of the staff? Adam asked. Frightened but resolute, Doctor. Zexal replied. The Voraxians have not physically harmed anyone, but their presence is disruptive to our work. I'm sorry for bringing this trouble to your doorstep, Adam said sincerely. Dr. Zexal made a dismissive gesture with one of his forearms. You have nothing to apologize for. The information you carry could save countless lives if the Voraxians truly are developing prohibited weapons. How's my ship? Adam asked. Damaged beyond our ability to repair quickly, Dr. Zexal admitted. But once the Council enforcement vessel arrives, they can transport you to safety. A sudden commotion on the monitoring screen caught their attention. A group of Voraxian soldiers had cornered Dr. Mira in the laboratory. We found traces of human DNA in this lab, the lead soldier was saying, and compounds consistent with human medical treatment. Dr. Mira remained composed. Of course you did. As we informed your commander, we treated a human patient before transferring him. This is a medical facility. Finding evidence of treatment is hardly surprising. The soldier leaned closer, his reptilian face inches from hers. Our scanners detected recent formulation of a compound designed to treat a specific human condition, an immune response to non-pathogenic particles. This was created within the last cycle, not hours ago as your chief medical officer claimed. Adam's heart sank. The antihistamine compound Dr. Mira had created for him had given them away. Dr. Zexal watched the screen with growing concern. They're more thorough than I anticipated. On the screen, the Voraxian commander had joined his soldiers in the laboratory. This deception confirms our suspicions. The human is still here. Find him. The commander turned to Dr. Mira. Tell us where he is hidden, and we will leave your facility intact. I have nothing to tell you, Dr. Mira replied steadily. The commander nodded to one of his soldiers, who aimed a weapon at the laboratory equipment. A pulse of energy shattered delicate instruments and set samples ablaze. That represents years of research, the commander said coldly. We will systematically destroy everything in this station until you cooperate. Adam couldn't watch anymore. I have to give myself up. They'll tear this place apart looking for me. Dr. Zexal blocked his path to the door. Absolutely not. The council vessel will be here soon. Not soon enough, Adam argued. Look what they're doing. That's valuable research they're destroying. People could die if that work is lost. And billions could die if the Voraxians get their hands on you and that data, Dr. Zexal countered. We need another solution. Adam thought quickly. What about the botanical section? The one with all the flowering plants? What about it? Dr. Zexal asked, confused. Take me there, Adam said. And turn off the air filtration system. Dr. Zexal's 4 eyes blinked in succession as he realized Adam's plan. You want to trigger your allergic reaction deliberately. Exactly, Adam confirmed. A massive one. You can monitor me medically, make sure it doesn't go too far. Meanwhile, have someone leak information to the Voraxians that there's a human biosignature in the botanical section. The resulting immune response would be severe, Dr. Zexal warned. Potentially dangerous. More dangerous than what happens if the Voraxians get that weapon's data, Adam asked. Dr. Zexal considered this for a moment. Very well, but I will administer a partial dose of the antihistamine compound first, enough to prevent a life-threatening reaction, but not enough to stop the symptoms entirely. They moved quickly through the maintenance corridors until they reached the botanical section. It was a vast chamber filled with plants from dozens of worlds, many in full bloom. Under normal circumstances, Adam would have found it beautiful. Now he saw it as his best chance for a diversion. Dr. Zexal administered a small dose of the antihistamine compound, then disabled the air filtration system. This should limit the severity while still producing noticeable symptoms. I'll monitor you remotely from a nearby access panel. As Dr. Zexal left to put the rest of their plan in motion, Adam moved deeper into the botanical garden. Almost immediately, his body began to react. His eyes started to itch, his nose tingled, and his chest tightened slightly. Within minutes, the first sneeze came. Then another. And another. Soon, he was in the throes of the worst allergic reaction he'd experienced in years, sneezing repeatedly, eyes watering profusely, nose running continuously through watery eyes. He saw Dr. Zexal's confirmation on his communication device that the Voraxians had taken the bait. They were converging on the botanical section, drawn by reports of unusual biosignatures and sounds. Adam positioned himself behind a large display of flowering plants from Proxima Centauri, their bright blue blooms releasing clouds of pollen with every air circulation cycle. Each breath brought more irritants into his system, amplifying his reaction. The door to the botanical section hissed open. Adam could hear the heavy footsteps of Voraxian soldiers entering the garden. "Spread out," ordered a harsh voice. "The human is in here somewhere." Adam remained hidden, trying to control his breathing, but the pollen-saturated air made it impossible. A massive sneeze built up inside him. "Ah, achoo!" The sound echoed through the garden. "There," shouted a soldier. Behind those blue plants, Adam had no choice but to run. He darted between plant displays, sneezing constantly, his eyes so watery he could barely see. The Voraxians pursued, their heavy armor slowing them down among the dense vegetation. Achoo! Achoo! Adam couldn't stop the sneezing, each explosive outburst revealing his position. A stun blast narrowly missed him, hitting a water distribution system instead. The pipe burst, spraying water across a section of the garden and creating a slippery surface. 2 pursuing Voraxians lost their footing and crashed into a display of towering fern-like plants, becoming entangled. Adam used the momentary confusion to change direction, heading toward a service exit Dr. Zexal had marked on his communicator. His lungs burned from the combination of exertion and allergen exposure, but adrenaline kept him moving. Another soldier appeared directly in his path. Adam, vision blurred by tears and unable to change direction in time, slammed directly into the Voraxian. Under normal circumstances, this would have been like hitting a wall, but the Voraxian, unprepared for the collision, stumbled backward. What happened next was something neither Adam nor any Voraxian could have anticipated. As they both fell, Adam's face came within inches of the soldier's armor covered in microscopic particles of pollen from the garden. Achoo! The massive sneeze hit the Voraxian point blank, covering its face and breathing apparatus with human mucus and saliva. The effect was immediate and shocking. The Voraxian began to convulse, dropping its weapon and clawing at its face plate. Its skin, visible through the clear portions of its armor, began changing color from green to a mottled purple. "Anaphylaxis," the soldier gasped, its voice distorted by obvious respiratory distress. "Contamination. Human. Proteins." Adam scrambled away, horrified yet fascinated by the Voraxian's reaction. It seemed impossible the alien was having an allergic reaction to him. He made it to the service exit, still sneezing uncontrollably, and found Dr. Zexal waiting with a full dose of the antihistamine compound. "Quickly," Dr. Zexal urged, administering the medication through an auto-injector. "What happened in there? One of the Voraxians appears to be in severe distress." As the medication took effect, Adam explained between diminishing sneezes. "Doctor." Zexal's expression shifted from confusion to astonishment. "That's unprecedented," he declared. "The Voraxian is experiencing an allergic reaction to human biochemical compounds. This changes everything." "How so?" Adam asked, his breathing finally easing as the antihistamine took full effect. "The Voraxians are known for their biological superiority complex," Dr. Zexal explained as they moved through the service corridor. "They believe their physiology to be impervious to all forms of contamination. It's part of what fuels their expansionist ideology. They consider other species biologically inferior. And now one of them is having an allergic reaction to human mucus," Adam realized. "That's going to be hard for them to explain away." "More than that," Dr. Zexal said, his tone urgent. "It gives us leverage. Every Voraxian ship carries emergency medical protocols for all known conditions except allergies, which they've always maintained are impossible in superior species." They reached the medical center, where Dr. Mira was already treating the affected Voraxian soldier. The commander stood nearby, his posture radiating fury and confusion. "What is happening to my soldier?" he demanded. Dr. Zexal stepped forward, professional composure intact. "Your soldier is experiencing an allergic reaction to human biochemical compounds. It's a severe immune response to a non-pathogenic substance, precisely the condition you claimed was impossible in superior species." The commander hissed angrily. "Impossible. Voraxians do not suffer from primitive immune dysfunctions." "The evidence suggests otherwise, Doctor." Zexal replied, gesturing to the struggling soldier. "Without proper treatment, this reaction could be fatal. Fortunately for you, we just developed an effective antihistamine compound." The implications hung in the air. The Voraxian commander looked from his afflicted soldier to Dr. Zexal, understanding the unspoken leverage. "What do you want?" he asked finally. "Your immediate withdrawal from this station," Dr. Zexal stated firmly. "An acknowledgement that you were never here. In exchange, we'll treat your soldier and provide your medical team with the antihistamine formula. The commander's tail lashed in agitation. And the human will remain under our care until the council representatives arrive, Dr. Zexal said. The data he carries will be submitted directly to the council, as will a report about this incident if you don't withdraw immediately. For a tense moment, it seemed the commander might refuse. Then the afflicted soldier convulsed again, his breathing becoming more labored. "Treat him," the commander ordered. "We will withdraw." Within the hour, the Voraxian ship had departed, leaving behind only the treated soldier who would remain until fully recovered. Adam, now completely free of allergy symptoms thanks to the full dose of medication, sat in Dr. Zexal's office as the doctor updated him on the situation. "The council vessel will arrive in 3 hours, Dr. Zexal informed him. "They'll escort you to Outpost Gamma, where you can transmit your data securely and arrange transport back to Earth if you wish." "I still can't believe my allergies saved the day," Adam said, shaking his head in wonder. "Doctor." Zexal's expression was thoughtful. "It's remarkably fortuitous. What your species considers a medical inconvenience proved to be an unexpected advantage. More importantly, it's revealed a critical vulnerability in a species that has long claimed biological superiority." "Will the Voraxians face consequences for developing those weapons?" Adam asked. "The Council will investigate based on your evidence," Dr. Zexal assured him. "If confirmed, sanctions will be severe. The Voraxians may have inadvertently accelerated their own downfall by pursuing you here." "Doctor." Mira entered the office, carrying a data pad. "I've completed my analysis of both the human allergic response and the Voraxian reaction. The results are fascinating." She displayed a holographic comparison of cellular reactions. "The mechanisms are surprisingly similar. In both cases, the immune system identifies a harmless substance as dangerous and overreacts. The difference is in the trigger for humans. It's plant pollen. For Voraxians, it's specific proteins found in human mucus." "So we're allergic to each other," Adam said with a hint of irony. "That's going to make future diplomatic relations interesting." "It's more significant than that," Dr. Mira continued. "This discovery challenges fundamental assumptions about immune function across species. If two evolutionarily unrelated species can develop similar immune dysfunctions, it suggests this isn't merely a quirk of human biology. It could be a widespread phenomenon," Dr. Zexal realized, "simply undiagnosed because most species haven't encountered the specific triggers." "Exactly, Doctor." Mira confirmed. "I've already begun compiling data from our patient records, looking for previously unexplained immune responses that might actually have been allergic reactions." Adam watched the two doctors, their scientific excitement palpable. "So my sneezing fit might lead to a major medical breakthrough." "More than that," Dr. Zexal said seriously. "It may fundamentally change how species interact. If allergy potential exists widely, protocols for first contact, diplomacy, even space travel might need revision." 3 days later, Adam stood in the station's departure bay. His wounds had healed completely thanks to the advanced medical care, and the antihistamine compound Dr. Mira had developed kept his allergy symptoms completely at bay. The Council enforcement vessel had arrived as promised, and confirmed the validity of his data on Voraxian weapons development. A full investigation was now underway, with multiple Council species expressing grave concern over the findings. The Council has extended an invitation for Earth to send representatives to discuss potential membership. Dr. Zexal informed him as they waited for his transport shuttle. Your discovery has accelerated humanity's introduction to the galactic community by several decades. I'm not sure I'm the best ambassador, Adam said with a smile. I tend to sneeze on important people. On the contrary, Dr. Zexal replied, your defective immune system has provided valuable insights that may benefit countless species. We've already identified 3 other species in our medical records with previously misdiagnosed allergic conditions. Dr. Mira approached, carrying a small metallic case. Your supply of antihistamine compound, she explained, handing it to Adam. Enough for 6 months. The formula has also been transmitted to Earth's medical authorities through council channels. Thank you, Adam said sincerely, for everything. You saved my life, protected me from the Voraxians, and cured my allergies all in one go. Not cured, Dr. Zexal corrected. Managed. The underlying immune response remains, but perhaps that's for the best. Adam raised an eyebrow. How so? Your defective immune system detected something in Voraxian biology that our most advanced scanners missed, Dr. Zexal explained. It suggests allergies might not be entirely purposeless after all. Perhaps they are an evolutionary adaptation we simply don't fully understand yet. The shuttle's arrival was announced, and Adam gathered his few belongings. The council had provided him with new clothing, communications equipment, and personal items to replace what had been lost. Will you continue your exploration mission? Dr. Mira asked. Adam nodded. With better equipment and council support this time. There's a whole galaxy out there, and apparently I've only scratched the surface. Just remember to pack your antihistamine compound, Dr. Zexal advised with what Adam had come to recognize as the alien equivalent of a smile. The universe is full of unexpected allergens. As Adam boarded the shuttle that would take him to the council outpost, he reflected on the strange turn of events. His lifelong medical annoyance, the allergies that had made spring on Earth a misery, since childhood had not only saved his life, but potentially changed the course of human history and galactic medicine. Sometimes, he thought as the shuttle doors closed, even the most irritating quirks of biology could prove unexpectedly valuable. He made a mental note to send Flower's hypoallergenic ones to his childhood allergist when he returned to Earth. The doctor would never believe where Adam's allergies had taken him, or what they had helped him discover. The shuttle detached from the medical station, carrying Adam toward a future where humans and aliens would learn to navigate their biological differences, sneezes, and all.